Good afternoon, everybody. Okay, so my head is still not quite right here, so I just want to move the camera a little bit. That should be good now. Yes, it's good. Okay, so this evening for Live at 5, it's going to be more about what's in the fridge, what can we make a salad with, how can I make a dressing, and really talking to you about the value of having fridge smarts, because today and tomorrow are the last 2 days that fridge smarts are going to be available for the amazing price of $129. So what are fridge smarts? Well, let me show you this picture. I've got my own set of fridge smarts here. It's not the same as what is in that picture, but I'm going to go through those fridge smarts and talk to you about what is in them, what I'm going to use them for, or how long I've had the stuff, so that we can really sort of get a feel for why everybody should have fridge smarts in their kitchen. So hello, Cindy and Ingrid and Shannon and Tammy. Let me just tell you that this set that you see on the screen at the moment, it has a value of $158. And at the moment, Tupperware are offering two of those sets for $129. But the offer only goes until tomorrow at midnight. So if you haven't got your orders in yet, you need to make sure you get them in. So I do just want to say that this has been a very sad day today. I know a lot of you will have heard the news already, but one of the girls who is in my organization, her name is Susan Cohen, and Susan passed away today. And she has had, I guess she went into hospital around May 23rd, that sort of time, maybe even a bit sooner. And they were not able to work out what was wrong with Susan until very recently, when they discovered that she had a very aggressive cancer in her liver. And of course, those of you that know about these things, liver cancer is not something people walk back from very often. So it's very sad, and we are there. We are doing what we can to support the family by collecting some money and perhaps providing some kosher meals to them for a few days. So I have put a post in the Koalas in the Kitchen group. If anybody is listening here and then they haven't any other way to contact, and they want to be part, I know a lot of you are part of Susan's group, and I know that Susan Richardson has made a post in there. But it's sort of like it's all happened today, so we're just trying to get organized at the moment. So that has been quite sad. But unfortunately, you know, life has to go on. And while we all keep in our hearts sadness for her and her family, we still have to go about our business. And I'm very much somebody who wants to try and give practical help when I can, and you can't always do that. So, for example, Siobhan and Violet have returned to their house in Edmonton, only to discover that while they were away, their basement flooded. And so, you know, so they sent me a message, or sent Alan and me a message, and clearly that's a lot for them to have to deal with, especially when Violet really is not, she's nowhere near tip-top condition. She's still quite weak. And so what do? Like, all you can do is say, okay, we're here with funds if you need them. And that's about as much as we can do. So yes, isn't that awful? get home after being away for 2 weeks to discover that you have a flood in your basement. And of course, who knows when it happened, and already mold has started setting in. So I told them to get some professional help in, and we will help them. So Cindy, it's your birthday today, I think. So happy birthday, Cindy Dumoulin. I'm not sure how old you are. I know you're younger than me. I have a feeling you're in your late 50s, but perhaps you can tell us, how old are you today? Because, like, we have sad news, we have annoying news, and we have happy news as well. So, Cindy, I'm so glad that you joined us, because you gave me a reason to do some happy news today as well. So let us know in the comments, Cindy, how old you are. Okay, so this evening I'm going to make a salad. We have leftover chicken pies from the weekend. We have some chicken teriyaki left from yesterday. We have a bit of rice left as well. So I actually could use some of the rice and make a bit of a salad with that too. So it's going to be very much using up leftovers today. But what I want to do with you, I'm not really going to make the salad with you guys. What I'm going to do is talk to you about the Frischmarts. So I got these 5 Frischmarts out of my fridge. This one on the bottom, this is a large Frischmart. I've got 3 mediums because I actually love the medium Frischmart. And I've got several of these, but I only got one that has salad stuff. So what do I have in them? Are you going to tell us how old you are, Cindy? I haven't seen it yet. Is she keeping it quiet? Let me see if she mentioned it. I don't want to say that she hasn't mentioned it. She has. Yeah. Oh, 59. Excellent. 59. That's a great age, Cindy. In fact, you know what? I was out walking today and I'm saying to myself, it's okay being 65. Then I said, hang on a minute. I'm not 65. I'm 64, because it's almost like I did 63, and that's, I don't know why 63 was a big deal. It's sort of like you start to go into the middle of the 60s. And then I sort of leapt to 65. I think it's because Alan just turned 65, but I'm still 64. So you don't feel 59? No. Well, I don't feel 64 either. Definitely, it's only when I look in the mirror and I say, okay, yeah, 64. Anyway, so let's talk about Frischmarts. So the first Frischmart that I've got here today is full of little cucumbers, right? Now, I don't know about anybody else out there. Cucumber is one of the hardest things to keep in your fridge. And even in Frischmarts, if you cut it up, it will go soft fairly quickly. So I've actually started buying these little Lebanese cucumbers, because when I buy the big, I love the Telegraph cucumbers, but the last few times I've bought them, they're sort of yellow before you cut them. And so I don't know whether the shops are buying overripe ones, but they're not very good. So in here, I have now 8 of these. Now I'm going to use the 2 bottom ones today, because these were left from this. These have been in here about a week. And then the other ones I just put in yesterday. So I'm going to put those ones on the top. So if you buy these little Lebanese cucumbers, they're going to last a bit longer, but you can't put them in and forget them for 7 days. That is not how they're going to work. They will stay firm. I mean, these are beautiful still, but it's not something you can forget about, because it will eventually go soft and squidgy. But it definitely keeps them firm for longer than if you just put them in your drawer at the bottom. Who has ever put their fingers through cucumber? Like, I can't be the only one. That has happened to me in the past. I'm glad to say it has not happened to me for a long time. Yes, you like the little ones. 1 year older than me. Okay, you're right behind me. So, Cindy, I want to know, are you going to Jubilee? Let me know if you're going to Jubilee. So, yes, Ingrid, you're absolutely right. So, I will be using probably 2 or 3 of these tonight because you know who else in the house apart from Alan and me who loves cucumber. He's furry and he wags his tail a lot. Anyway, so Killian, when I'm cutting cucumbers, Killian is always going to get a bit of cucumber. And talking of Killian, the other thing that Killian loves, and I'm wondering who can guess, what is Killian's favorite thing when I get it out of the fridge? What is his favorite thing? I know Wendy knows. Yes, yes, Killian. What is Killian's favorite vegetable when we get it out of the, and Max as well? Carrots, absolutely, Wendy, carrots. Oh, and he's appeared. Carrots. So, you know, carrots, another thing, these will last forever in your fridge marks. Like if you forget them for 3 weeks, they're still going to be good. But only if you leave them with the skins on and the tops and bottoms. Now, when my kids were little and I was doling out carrots every day as snacks, I would cut them all up. I would peel them, cut them, and put them in my fridge smart ready for the kids to eat them. Now, Alan and I don't eat as many carrots as we used to give the children. So I tend to leave them with the peel on and just peel them as I go. And when I do that, honestly, they will last forever in your fridge smarts. And I particularly like, this is the Quebec fridge smart, Quebec carrots. This time of year, they're so delicious. So carrots is something you can prepare them in advance. They will last for quite a long time, but they're going to last even longer like this. And you just have the inconvenience of just peeling them when you need them. Now, talking of that, I'm going to peel one now while I'm talking to you so that this little, you'd have to see this little plaintive face down here, which is saying, Mom, are you going to give me some carrots? Would you like some carrots, Lynn? I think you would. Now, and then I will cut a little bit up for him. So, what was I talking about? Carrots, yes. So carrots are one of the things that last so long. And when I talk to people who don't have fridge smarts, they say, oh, well, my carrots last pretty long without fridge smarts. It's true, but you won't believe the quality of, excuse me, no barking. You won't believe the quality of the carrots after they've been in your fridge smarts for a while. Okay, so I'm just going to do one now. Now, how do you use your carrots in salad? That's a question, because one of the things you could do if you wanted, and I've done this before as well, is to take a few carrots and grate them using your Master Chef grater and store them in your fridge ready grated. And that can be quite, good for salads. Or the other thing that I like doing is using my handy Mando and Speedy Mando and just doing very thin pieces of carrot, which means that when you're eating it in a salad, you're not trying to deal with a great big lump of carrot, which takes a lot of chewing. So I'm interested to know who else has ideas for what they can do with carrots. I can't see whether Cindy said whether she's going to Jubilee. Let me just see. No, I don't see anything there. Any jar tonight? Well, maybe, Ingrid, maybe. I guess I should put it out now. Okay, I'm going to put the jar out, guys, but please don't just write hello, Melanie, right? We need to keep the conversation going on things that are good. So I'll put the jar out in a minute after you've all heard that message. Okay, Mr. Killian is back for another piece of carrot. So carrots are a great way to are a great thing to store in your Frischmarts. Okay, so when I put the widget out, I want you to tell me how many Frischmarts you have in your fridge at the moment. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, but I also have strawberries, blueberries, lemons. So I have at least 8 in my fridge at the moment. I think I've probably got more. But how many Frischmarts do you have in your fridge at the moment? And back comes Mr. Killian, and we'll now put in the widget. We'll put in the lottery jar. So you should be able to just tell me how many Frischmarts you have in your fridge at the moment. Okay, so we've got carrots, we've got cucumber, and now they had on special at Metro the other day spring onions, right? Lots of spring onions now. So I need to start using these up. Now, when I put my spring onions in here, I leave the little thing on the bottom. I cut the top off. But for sure, I need to use some spring onions tonight. Okay, Cindy has 6, and the other Cindy has 6 too. I have 14. Wow, yes, and 4 more. Yep, I can believe that. So 18 altogether, 7 for Wendy. Tammy is going to get some very soon. Okay, so spring onions, I'm going to use those in my salad tonight as well. And those I'll just chop up. Now, these, okay, I have a few left of my celery, and I think they've probably been there about 2 weeks. Now, when you have celery, and I do cut up my celery because if I don't cut it up, guys, I don't eat it, right? If it doesn't get cut up, it just stays in my Frischmart and it ends up getting thrown out. Killian likes celery as well, not as much as carrot. And so I cut them up. But after you've cut them up, after a week or so, they are going to go look a little bit brown on the ends. But all you do is just cut off the ends if you don't want to eat that bit. And I will be able to finish these off and have celery. Now, can you see the lid? See how much water is on the lid? The big temptation, and I'm going to tell you this for real, the big temptation, it's a green onion, Cindy. Sorry, I'm British. We call them spring onions. Is to wipe this off, right? Everybody wants to wipe the lid off. But what you have to do is you have to be strong and not wipe the lids off. Because the reason the lids have got liquid on is because whatever fruit or vegetable you have in your container is giving off liquid or giving off humidity all the time to try and equilibrate with the environment it's in. So that is why if you leave celery, mushrooms, broccoli, all of those things loose in your drawer, they very quickly go floppy. Because what they're doing is they give off moisture to try and equilibrate with the whole fridge. I mean, at least these guys, they're only trying to equilibrate with this environment. So the moment you wipe off the moisture, you're saying to your celery, okay, keep giving moisture off because you've just removed its equilibrating moisture. I hope that makes sense. Now, what a lot of people have started doing, and I haven't done this yet, but I'm not averse to trying, is using microfiber towels in your environment. So you still keep the moisture there, but you haven't got it. It's not going to be like droplets of water. So I know that some of my friends have started using microfibers in their fridge mats. I haven't had to yet, but that doesn't mean I wouldn't if I think it's going to make my vegetables last for a bit longer. Okay, so yeah, that's what people have been doing, Cindy, is using microfibers so that you don't have to remove the water. It's still in the environment, but it's not directly in the lid. Better than, oh, much better than a piece of paper towel, because by having pieces of paper towel, you're actually going against the solution to pollution. Now you're actually using more paper towel, right? Okay, and the last thing I'm going to show you, and I've got mine, I buy those packs of 3 of the, what do they call this lettuce again? It's gone from my head. I have many moments like that now. But I love this lettuce. I love the flavor of it. And I like to store it. Now, if I didn't have my large one, what I used to do before I had the large ones was I would top and tail it so I could get 3 of them into a medium deep, and that seemed to work just as well. So with these ones, what I'll do is pull off the outside leaves. Well, I can do that now. And then I literally just, okay, so that looks like enough. It looks clean. And I'll break the bottom off. And then I just break it with my hands, because you need to try and avoid using a metal knife with lettuce. Because when you use, that's it, romaine lettuce. Thank you, Sharon. It's just one of those words I couldn't find. When you use a knife with lettuce, you actually can encourage the brownness. So if you are going to use a knife, use a plastic knife to cut your lettuce. So that's pretty ready now for me to chop up. So my lettuce, what I've noticed since I started using my fridge mats for lettuce, it will last until it's finished. I can keep it in there until I've finished. Now, we don't eat salad every day, so I'm going to say 2 weeks, and I can finish it off, and it's still crisp and delicious. So hang on, Mr. Killy's here for another piece of carrot. Off he goes. So if I was to ask you now, guys, because most of you who are watching me now, you already use fridge mats. So what is one vegetable that you're really, or fruit, that you're really happy that you can save now? What is one vegetable or fruit that you're really happy that you can save now because you have your fridge mats? For me, actually, lettuce is one of them. You learned to use plastic knife for lettuce. Yep, me too. It's one of the things. That's why Tupperware have a plastic knife in their tiny treasure packs that they used to give us, but now they're difficult to get hold of. But fridge mats, they're on special at the moment. You can get 2 sets. And just to remind you, this is what one set looks like. You can get 2 of these sets for $129. And if you are a Tupperware member, you actually only pay $96.75 for that set. So basically, you get more than 70% off the price of a regular set by buying this special deal. So this is really good. So I think that is green and red peppers, mushrooms. Yes, Cindy, I know a lot of people. Oh, mushrooms when they're not in the fridge mat. Who remembers the smell of mushrooms going off? It's really quite revolting. Green and red peppers, yep, and lettuce. Strawberries and lettuce, yeah. My husband, he eats a lot of strawberries. And so he's always grateful that he's got nice fresh strawberries because of the fridge mats. So they really, really do make a difference. Raspberries. Yep. And Ingrid, raspberries are the reason that I bought Tupperware, bought Fridge Smarts. They are the reason I'm doing Tupperware, because many years ago, 16 years ago now, I went to a Tupperware party. And at that time, they used to sell little square Fridge Smarts that had ridges on the bottom. And the lady was saying, oh, these are really good for raspberries. Well, my ears perked up because I love raspberries, and I was sick of buying 3 of the little punnets of raspberries, and within a couple of days, half of them were no good anymore. So when she said it works for them, I said, okay, I'm going to try it. So I bought one. I bought one Fridge Smart, and I'd already bought Modular Mates when I lived in Australia. But when I tried the Fridge Smart, I couldn't believe it. Like my raspberries, they lasted for like 5 to 7 days, I think. So I said, oh, these are pretty good. So I bought some more. And then I said, wow, these are really making a difference. And so that's when I joined Tupperware, because I thought if I'm going to be buying lots of these, I want to get them at discount. Yeah, you couldn't believe it, could you, Ingrid? I remember blueberries. Yes, another thing that lasts a long time in Fridge Smarts. Okay, guys, so I think I've probably talked to you enough about Fridge Smarts tonight. I'm going to put together a salad. I've got some fresh lemons, so I can make a nice lemon oil and a little bit of maple syrup to take the tartness out. Dressing, that's the dressing I'm going to make tonight. I'm going to put in, and I actually, what I didn't show you was my Fridge Smarts. My Fridge Smarts in my pantry, because in my pantry I have my tomatoes, and they're just so delicious because they're at room temperature. I keep them in my pantry, and they last much longer than when I used to keep them in a bowl on the counter, because you shouldn't keep tomatoes in the fridge because the cold breaks down the enzymes to make them mushy. So since I've been keeping my tomatoes in my pantry, I've been enjoying them a lot. So have a great evening, everybody. Let's do the draw and see who is going to be the winner tonight. And Wendy is keeping track. She told me last night that I said it was a small round vent and serve, I think was the prize. So it's a small round vent and serve is the prize for if you win the live draw today. So let's see who is going to be the winner. So the winner is Cindy McGuire. You are so, oh no, it's Cindy. Is it Cindy from, okay, I keep picking Cindy who is in the US, and I can't send, I could send them to her, but it would cost too much. So Cindy, just know that you're in my heart as a winner, but I will pick another winner. And so I've picked Michelle today. So Michelle, you are the winner, and I believe it's a vent and serve that, yes, for $5, a small round vent and serve for $5. That is your prize today. So thank you everybody for being with me this evening. I really enjoyed being with you, and don't forget that Fridge Smart Special finishes tomorrow. So if you know anybody who hasn't yet got their Fridge Smarts, tonight is the night to call them and let them know that they are on special. So take care of yourselves, guys, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. I am going to tell you, though, that I'm going to be changing things. I haven't quite decided, but I'm probably going to do one big live at 5 a week, and then do lots of little ones sort of like this on other days, but not necessarily always at 5. I'm still trying to formulate the plan, but I'll make sure I tell you when it happens. So that's it, and I'll see you later for the no box unboxing. and we're going to talk about finishing the month. It'll be a quick one though tonight. So take care of yourselves, guys. Bye for now.